everyone. Today I will share to you a great storybook with the name A Shadow on the Park. Chapter 1. Can we go to the park? Said Josh. Please. Yes, okay, said Grandpa. It was a beautiful summer afternoon, and he, Ben, and Rosie were in the city to see Aunt Val and their little cousin Josh. You can walk there in 10 minutes, said Aunt Val. Be good, Josh. When they were close to the park, Josh pointed. Wow, what's that? He asked. It's a crane, said Grandpa. Look, they're building a new tall building here. A lot of people were working on the new building. Ben looked up at the new building. What's it going to be? A woman was walking by. She heard Ben's question. This building is going to be offices and apartments, she said. It's going to be beautiful, said Rosie. Thanks. This building was my idea. I'm an architect, said the woman. My name's Kelly. She pointed across the park. We're building a second building there. Grandpa looked at the place for the second tall building. Your buildings are going to be fantastic, but will they make a shadow on the park? Chapter 2. Josh was happy to be in the park, but soon he was cold. It's colder in this park, said Grandpa. We're not in the sun now. It's cold because we're in the shadow of the new building, said Ben. Let's go to the playground, said Clunk. There were some teenagers at the playground. One of them was climbing on the slide. Come down, Ed, said one of his friends. Ed laughed. It's okay. I'm not going to fall. I love climbing. Excuse me, said Grandpa. You're too big for that slide. Ed laughed and jumped to the ground. He didn't say sorry. Come on, Ed said to his friends. This place is boring. After Ed and his friends went, Ben and Rosie tried to play with Josh, but their cousin was cold and tired now. I want to go home, Josh said. They started to leave the park, but suddenly Grandpa stopped. Listen, he said. They heard an angry shout. Hey, you can't climb up there. That's Kelly, said Grandpa. Come on. Ed's friends were there, but Ed wasn't with them. Kelly was looking up at the crane and shouting. Rosie looked up too. Oh no, she said. Chapter 3. Ed was climbing up the crane. He wasn't scared. He was having fun. Watch this, he shouted down to his friends. I can climb anything. Come down, shouted Kelly. You might fall. But Ed didn't listen to her. He went up and up. Soon Ed was at the top of the crane. He put his hand up and started to laugh. Look at me up here, he shouted. Then he looked down. This crane was very high. Ed stopped laughing. Now he was too scared to move. Help! He shouted. It's okay, Grandpa, said Clunk. I can go up there and bring him down. the little robot started to climb up at the crane. "Be careful, Glum," said Ben. The robot's body was heavy, but his arms were strong. He climbed up the crane fast. When Glunk was at the top, he started to move across the arm of the crane. "Please wait," Glunk shouted to Ed. "I'm coming to help you." Ed tried to hide, but he was very scared. The wind was getting stronger and stronger. Chapter 4. On the ground, Grandpa, Kelly, and the children were watching and waiting. "Are they okay?" asked Rosie. I don't know," said Grandpa. "The sunlight is hiding Glunk. Metal body is shining down, so I can't see." At the top of the crane, Glunk was getting closer to Ed. "Give me your hand," he said, but suddenly there was a strong wind. "Oh no!" Ed started to fall. "Help!" she shouted. Now Ed was holding the crane with one hand. "Please be quick," he said to Glum. Then Ed was falling, but Glum was very fast. He moved one long metal arms. "And I have you," said Glum. "You are going to be fine." Glum started to carry Ed down to the ground. When he saw Kelly, Ed said, "I'm sorry, I'm never going to climb again." Ben was thinking. When the sun was shining on Glunk, the light bounced down to the ground. He said, "I have an idea. I might help with the shadow of the building on the park." He started to tell Kelly his idea. Chapter 5. 10 months later. It was a beautiful spring afternoon. Grandpa and the children were walking to the little park again. Rosie was holding Josh's hand when she saw 2 tall buildings. She smiled. "I was right," she said. "They are beautiful." Kelly was waiting to meet them in the park with a picnic. "Your buildings are fantastic," said Grandpa. "And the park isn't in the shadows now. It's nice and sunny." Kelly pointed to the second building. There were lots of mirrors on the side of it. "I got the idea from Ben," said Kelly. "I gave the second building a new shape and we put special mirror glass on it. Now the sun's light bounces out the second building and down into the park, so there's no shadow from the first buildings. And when the sun moves, the mirror can move too," said Grandpa. "The park's sunny all day." "Now it's a great place for a picnic," said Rosie. While they were eating, a young man walked across the park. "Hello, Ed," said Kelly. "Please come and eat with us." Kelly smiled at Grandpa. "When Ed leaves school, he wants to work for me. He wants to be an architect." "I'm going to make tall buildings," said Ed.